So so you have this C column and you have this 51, 16, 19. Understood, right? So you have this column. So what you want to do, you want to create a new column D, which contains maximum of column A and C. Not at the complex stuff, right? Okay. So to do that, you have you want to do some. What is this? This is axis. This is axis one. This is axis one. So you want to do this operation axis one wise, right? So what you can do, df dot apply. Okay, df dot apply, and here you will be writing the function where you will be doing this complex logic, and what is the direction in which you will be applying axis one. Def A and C, right? That's the comparison we have, right? If R A greater than R C, return R A, else return R. Got it, right? This is a new column. Of course, you can, add df right. So if you see the df now, so you can see the D column contains higher value of A and C. Yeah, sorry, A and C, right? Yeah. Got it, right? So see what is happening over here. This when you give axis one, R takes row wise.
Row wise is whatever you are giving parameter.
Row wise 1, 5, 51, it will be input to that. This R, right? R will be series of this column.
X is equals to 0, instead of like in the function, the parameter is R is row, right?
X is equal to 0 means it will do column wise operation.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I do this, df dot apply. Okay. And of course there is a function g, and if you don't pass anything, it means x is equal to 0. Otherwise, you can explicitly do that also. So def g, that means what is the input here? The input is column, and basically what you want to do, you want to find the maximum value of that column or the mean of that column, something like that you want to do, right? Okay, c dot max, right? So for each now return. So what will this guy do? This guy will return the maximum of column A, maximum of column B, right? It is now column wise operation. Understood, right? Yeah. So you can do row wise operation, you can do column wise operation, right? You have the entire column at the disposal here. You want to add only all even numbers in a particular column. This is the place you should be doing that. Okay, and you should know what is the type. If I print here, print C. Okay, you can see here C is nothing but a series here.
So apply here is similar to map function. It's applying G function either column wise or row wise.
Right. Right. So it applies like, you can pass here a function which will work on the data, and using access information for controlling where you are working. Right. Makes sense? Okay, then this is very similar to right, in Lajana you have lapply and rapply and R. True. Then you have df dot map, df dot column name, say d dot map. Okay, and what you can do here is lambda x plus 10. What you are doing here, for each value you are adding 10 to that. Right, you are adding 10 to that.
This is for only for D column.
Right. Right, makes sense. Okay, so map means it is working. You can say d dot map. D means you are getting access to a column and then you are applying. This is very similar to apply here, right? Okay. Like actually map is internally implemented using apply. It's all from function side. You have apply map. Very rarely you will use it. It's like same value getting applied to all of them. Like I can show it in one shot. You have this apply map. But you can do whatever function you write here, right? 10 by x, 2 into x. It means all the element will be multiplied with 3. Okay, so that's it. Now we'll see, how to do group the information, how to join the information. Basically, joining and grouping. Okay, so actually, pandas support database style joining of information. Okay, you have data merge APIs. So other things are there which is mostly around append, or I'll show you community. Okay, clear both of them. Okay. So these are like you have this data frame. This is public. I think I mentioned about it last time, right? This is the data frame. Okay, so if you do data frame add 5, what it is doing for all the data, it is adding 5 to that. But now you are want to combine two data frame add data frame. This guy, right? It is like combining whatever data frame is there, it is appending. I mean, each value, like element wise element operation is happening. So the first one is concatenating two data frames. Suppose you have two data frames, like these are the data frames that you can see here. Noted? This is one data frame, this is another data frame. When you do PD concat, right? This is what is happening, sitting on top of one another. Many times this is required, right? You have daily transaction files, daily transactions, new CSV file is generated every day. When you are doing some data analysis, you need to combine this daily transaction to complete transaction, right? And you can put in your database or whatever you want to do the operations and all. So that's what you are doing here. You are actually concatenating those multiple data frames created from multiple files to one single file. That is what concat is. Okay, concat is without logicless joining the information. Okay, of course you can actually ignore it. As what happens is when you're doing concat, the index is retained directly. Got it, right? If you want to forego the default, retained information and regenerate the default indexing, you might have to give ignore index, right? So you have a two CSV file. You have to create a CSV file which combines them both. Okay, you can do this, create data frame out of them, use concat to combine this operation. Make sense? This is concat. Concat is to combining two different data frames. That's precisely.
These are all the functions in they're classified as functions.
This is default 0, right? 0 means along the column. Now you can mention x is 1. X is 1 means you will concatenate by rows. Okay, and for whatever so it will use the index number. You can see this DF5 has index number 2367. So you can see 2367. This is the data here, isn't it? Rest of the stuff is in here. Got it, right? If the data do not have index, then automatically it will be all the same stuff. Understood? So concatenate, you can concatenate row wise, you can concatenate column wise, stacking basically. Like concat, NP concat function in NumPy. Now, okay, so understood, right? This is simple. This is not database wise concat. This is simple joining the data, simple putting the data together. Then append and all is not much required. Then this is database side merge. We'll use this very often. Okay, what is the idea of merge here? Okay, merge means it will use certain criteria to concat. Right. For example, let me create one data frame. df1 is equal to pd dot data frame right. This is df1, right? So now I'll create another df. Okay, so now you have two data frames that you can see here, right? You have df1, you have df2. Right, two data frame. Now what you want to do is you want to merge them, but this time you want to merge them based on a column, database style. Okay, right? We'll change the order here. I'll make them two, right? Right, you have this data frame. Now you want to do pd merge df1 comma df2. Right, if I do this, 1 comma 1. Right, you can see here. So it is combining based on column A. Right, so you can see here column A has 1 has 12, 2 has 13, df2 has 2 has 22. So 12 and 23 should go in one column, right? Make sense? So it is like, by default, when you do merge, it will find which column, like, the question can be which column, based on which column is it merging. It's basically same column name. If two data frame do not have same column name, you might have to explicitly say that, using this column, you have to merge. Make sense? You got it, right? What is happening based on, see, I'll mark it here. Okay. See, what is the value corresponding to 22 here, right? 22, right? So you can see 222, and here you can see 213, isn't it? That is where 13 comes here. So it is using this A column to find out which rows should the data be going into. Yeah, you, huh?
df1 dot merge df1 getting null, like only A and B are there, columns.
Just check it once. Have you given this?
No, it should be C.
But because it is confused now, right? Which one should it be using? Unless in that case you have to explicitly mention. I'll show that as well. Okay. Okay, now understood, right? I'll quickly show you some things. Like, if you have two data frame, you can do this also, right? At left, right, and on you have to pass. On, this is the column name based on which column. In this case, we are using a column, right? In on argument, you'll pass the column name that you want to, like if there are multiple columns and on which can be used to merge, or it is not clear. Actually, there are two data frame. Both the data frame have one, this is one column key, right? There can be another column me in both the tables, right? So now if you directly do pd.merge, okay, and pass it the same way we are passing earlier, say left, right, okay, which one would it use? Confused, right? So in that case, you have to pass another parameter on. Here you need to mention which column basically you are telling here to use to merge. Okay, so this is for what is the first operation. Okay, then the second option is, see, you have this on utility, you have then how. How is, what type of join is it? You mentioned outer join, right? If you, by default it is inner join. Okay, you have outer join, you have left as a left outer join, right as a right outer join. All these operations are supported by merge here.
What if the both data frames don't have the same column name?
And then you have to explicitly mention, like, this is what you have to do. Left index, not index. Left on, right on, I think you mentioned. Got it, right? Somewhere you have to mention it. Okay, so the API, I think, is left on. Help ed.knowledge. You see, left on, right on. Okay, that's how you do it. It's quite flexible and you can almost do everything. Okay. So that's around it. Okay, in merging data. Then there is one more API, join. Okay, what is this join doing here? Join function basically, you can use index to join the data. Got it, right? When you have two data frame and two data frame and you do PD join something else. Okay, do data. So it will use the data frame's index to join the operation. That's what. Okay, so if you are doing index wise, so merge. Remember, if you want to database row wise merge, you do merge. Otherwise, if you have to deal with indexes, then you'll use join. Okay, so I'll show it. See, you have two data frame. Okay, this is one data frame, this is another data frame. If you do left join right, okay, so it is, see, there is not joining based on the, it is joining based on the index information. Got it, right? See, index information C0, D0 is coming in the same row as A0, B0. Right? So if it is data, it is column, it is merge. If it is index, it is join. Okay, that's pretty much you to be needed for playing around with joining the data. I'll show some sales data later on when we are joining store information and sales data based on store ID. Okay, I'll show that yes now. So have everybody started logging into Kaggle and all that? Okay, then we can do that because this is some good source of data here. Okay, I'll give you some assignment on that also. Open this Kaggle.com. Search for Rossmann. Rossmann is a store name. There's some new competition also. Anybody interested in winning $10,000? So this can be a good option. No, the first prize is only 5,000, so $5,000. Okay, so what is trying to search for Rossmann? Roseman or Rossmann was it? Yeah. Why don't it's not showing? Rossmann stored. Yeah, this is the data. Rossmann, I think. This is the data. Rossmann stored sales. This is the file. Okay, so everybody create account and there will be the data. This is the training data. Okay, download it. Train data. Okay, save. And if store data, save test data, save.
We need to log into that.
Yeah, you need login there. Free login. You login from Facebook, right? Okay, I mean the reason why I'm showing this, you should be habituated with that. So do that now. Okay.
Okay, the train.csv, you can just click it. Train.csv, then what you click. What are the options and you can download it?
You'll see this small arrow. Right, you see the small arrow when you take a mouse here, right? That one. Yeah, I need to register. So I don't be giving. So extract here. Extract here. So you have two files, right? Store.csv and workspace data and train.csv, right? Go back here. So let's load both the data. ed.read csv. Right, you can see here. This is the stored data, and you can index column is equal to store. And this is your
You are not getting the other
Hmm. Huh? You created an account,
created your login with the
verified your account.
yeah.
Refresh the page, go there again. Participate, I mean, something like, something like that button you have to do.
What is the path that you need to do?
Huh?
Path?
This path.
Yes.
This path would be where your file is present. Okay, there are total 101,115 stores, and you can see some information around it. Okay, so this is basically, see, store 1 day of the week. This is the date and this is the sales and this is the customers. This is open, promo, state holiday, वगैरह.
There is a transaction data, sales transaction.
Right, absolutely. That also is cumulative. Then you have store.
Summarized data.
Yeah. So you have another data, right? I'll give a break here, so you can try that in the meantime. Data. I just want to draw. Right. So this is the store related information. Right. So store. So load this to file.
What is the working meaning here?
Whatever path is wherever you download this file, just give the complete parts.
The file is in my downloads.
First zip it, unzip it. Okay, so that unzip it. Copy this part. Okay. This is the folder path. Inside that you have to do. Okay, slash store.cxc. Is it access code now?
Activation code.
It's asking for it.
It's plus 9 लिखा आइकन में ना था
नहीं खाली plus 9
अच्छा वो होता है तो हाइड हो गया हाँ बड़ा मिस्टेक
टेम्परेचर होगा तो समझ में नहीं आएगा इसको
verify
हाँ वेरीफाई
mobile numbers. उसने दो ही चीजें डेवलप की थी ना ट्रेन और टेस्ट स्टोर
क्लियर स्टोर
नॉट डिस्टर्ब है तो मतलब सॉरी वो पता ना डू नॉट डिस्टर्ब वो मैसेज आ रहा है तो अगर उसमें आपका रजिस्टर है DND में वो मैसेज नहीं आएगा, बोल रहा है I don't know. Or else you can do one thing, you can just email me. Yes. उसमें है उसको भी
तुम्हें आया क्या कोड किसी भी?
मुझे नहीं आ रहा है।
कोड आया?
नहीं,
मेरे को 3 मिनट हो गए।
मैं 3 बार डाल दिया।
नहीं आएगा, दूसरा
नहीं फर्स्ट मेरा तो फर्स्ट में आया
तो शायद वही मतलब अगर वो एक उसके बाद एक मैसेज डिस्प्ले कर रहा है, if your number is in do not disturb registered है DND में, it will not come. उसके बाद एक आ रहा है, एक डिस्प्ले कर रहा है।
हाँ, रिगार्डिंग इंडियन है।
हाँ।
You are in this mail chain, right?
अनुभव चौधरी
If you are on the do not call registry, you will need to remove yourself from
DNC
ये कैसे करते हैं?
Please
तो
don't
उसको करना पड़ेगा, वोडाफोन तो आज सर्विस प्रोवाइडर उसको
Do not call.
see your email is in
so we can do it with Gmail. SOV हाँ वही वाला
है सर
अभी दिखा अभी फोटो आया वही फोटो आया
Voice verification कर देते
हाँ
हैं।
वो फर्स्ट वाला है नहीं वाला सेकंड रो फर्स्ट 1 cross 0 हाँ वही हाँ
ये अनजिप वाले हैं ना
उसको वॉइस कॉल भी तो कर सकते हो ना, तो वॉइस का भी वो
आया ना?
आ गया ना हाँ सुन रहा था हेलो बोलते
हेलो बोलते
दोनों को लोड करना पड़ेगा एक सेकंड सबसे ऊपर जाइए
Store और train.
yes और ट्रेन दोनों को ये करना है
इसमें तो अभी डाउनलोड का साइन नहीं आया ना? अच्छा ऊपर
नोट करना
Yeah.
उसमें बात करना
You just save somewhere and you take a location and put in the last this one
अनजिप करेंगे
and zip code. Mix types.
Python बटन खोलना रखना पड़ेगा
ये हमने इसमें एग्जिट किया वो देखिए ये इसमें आने के बाद training.csv तो फोल्डर है ना इसके बाद एक और फाइल अभी
फोल्डर को नहीं
हाँ फोल्डर कर देना
मैं डेटा वेयरहाउसिंग बिजनेस इंटेलिजेंस
I actually is putting in
स्किल कैरेक्टर और ये उस स्किल कैरेक्टर को एक कैरेक्टर की तरह ट्रीट ना करे इसलिए आगे आए वरना कहीं पे इसके जैसे स्लैश एन लिखा होगा तो वो भूल जाएंगे बट आपको अच्छे लग रहा होगा
मतलब ये सब
हम लोग से तो ज्यादा समझ आया
नहीं ये सब तो पता ही है मतलब फ्रॉम डेटा ये सारा तो क्या बोलूं बचपन से करता रहा
तो ये तो आपके लिए तो मतलब
नहीं बट हम लोग का टूल बेस्ड होता है तो यू जस्ट डू ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन या
स्टैट्स वगैरह भी रहता ही होगा नहीं
स्टैट्स
नहीं रहता
वो मतलब अगर कुछ रिक्वायरमेंट आता है इंडियन क्लाइंट वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू कैटर वो बोलते हैं हमको दाम दे दो so they will have their own MIS team they will not tell us खुद बनाएंगे so what they will have is they will have some Excel sheets macros लिखा होगा सब what they will ask is give us the data वो एक मतलब एक 2 GB का डेटा लेंगे एक महीने का please check there run their macros all the KPIs everything will be
मेरा से माइनिंग रिलेटेड है ना
माइनिंग अभी तो मतलब वो बहुत पहले वो सब होता था जैसे मतलब आई वर्कड इन यू माइट हैव अबाउट दिस लाइफस्टाइल मॉल्स तो उसका सारा एंटरप्राइज रिपोर्टिंग आई वाज मतलब स्टार्टिंग से आई वाज देयर फॉर दैट तो उनका सारा डेटा माइनिंग जीन्स के साथ कौन सा टी-शर्ट आएगा वो सब
कूपन वगैरह मिलता है
कूपन भी होता है अगर आपको चाहिए भी कॉन्टैक्ट जब 15% डिस्काउंट मिलता है विद मतलब if that product is not on discount you get 15% employee discount and sometimes during this Dashara or Diwali New Year they give 40% employee discount 40%. अगर कभी आप जा रहे हो तो यू कैन कॉल मी एटलीस्ट आई विल अरेंज
थैंक यू
Okay, so you have this two data loaded now. Okay, so in there you can see the store number. Can you see this? This is the store related information. Right? There are only total something around 114, 115 stores. This is the store property. Each number corresponds to store property. Understood? Right? So if you have this data frame, train data frame, okay, this is store. This is okay, so you have you have this is the data, this is the store here. Okay, so you want to basically combine. Understood, right? This is the store, and every store has multiple rows. You want to combine this information over there. On which ID you do combine? You combine on store, right? So basically, the store is the column here. I think both the column names are same. So PD merge both the data. Understood, right? This is how you actually combine two different information to create a, after you made one, then you can write queries. Okay, what is the story news? This is the trend. Show the analysis and all that. You need to bring data together. This is what your merge will do.
So this merge, it automatically detects on which column it has to be merged.
Right.
If the name is association, it happens automatically if the name is same.
Right. If it's not same, then you have to give explicitly the column.
So this was initially like in ClickView, they have this thing. So if you have two files, it like with the names, it associates, and you don't have to write explicitly any join conditions in ClickView tools.
Right. I mean, there are
every tool has this was earlier or that was earlier.
No, that doesn't matter. People who develop this are from background. They might be from ClickView background. They will inherit that.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving an assumption. Yeah. So that's how actually there is nothing right or wrong. It basically comes from certain assumptions that people have.
Is there any difference if I write pd.merge then I pass train comma store, or I write train.merge and I just pass store?
No difference. Okay, so I think you got a hang of it, right? Why do you merge and all that? Just the reason why I asked to show you using this data is to get a relevance to that you can apply it. Okay, so this is basically your merge, join, and all those operations. Okay, so missing data I have already spoken about. Time series is a pretty small specific operation. Just that here automatically the time information that you have, right? That will be, by default, it will be treated as a string. Okay, so I'll show, I think, this data itself. This does not have time information. You can see this date, right? If you do this, train.info, where you have date, the date is object. It is a string, it's not a date time object. So basically, if you want this to be treated as a date time, so states, you can mention here date. What happens? So I can go. Well, it is dates or date?
Date.
Is it saying that it is not present? Oh, this is, I'm doing in store, sorry. Wrong. To do that in train data, right? Arts data. Right? Once you load that, if you do train.info, automatically see here, this column starts behaving as date.
What is the difference? Earlier it was date, right?
Earlier it was
date time 64.
Yeah, earlier it was object. Okay, now it has become date time 64. Right. The difference here is
Can you give some date format here?
Hmm?
Date format like DT, YY.
Yeah, you can control all that. I'll show you what I did. I do that. Okay, we want to know the benefit of it, right? So benefit of it is, so if you do this head here, okay, you're getting this date column here, right? You want all the date, all the information before. I mean, earlier it was treated as a string. Okay, so if you do date less than 2015.
Data, city mention data.
Huh? Oh, okay. You can see here it returns for all the for everything which is before it is greater than. Yeah, got it, right? String.
Actually, can we change the format of the date also?
Yeah, you can. That's what I'll show it now. Just a second. So here, right? Once you have it, once you are getting that string, right? You can control it, like just a second. Okay, so you can see here two date time. You have the series, July 2009, November, and all this information, right? So yeah, everybody has access to this. Just copy the URL. Okay, so here you can see here it is converting all this particular information to dates, right? All this particular information to dates.
So for example, in my date particular column,
Hmm.
I'm having 10 set of data, and each date is in different format.
Yeah, you can actually convert it into using this two date time.
That's it.
Yeah,
But okay.
you can see the type here getting converted.
And
And if you want to control the format, like you are asking, right? You can do this way.
So you're asking to change for every row?
Every row it will change it.
So there are 10, one with DD and one YY, then YY. Other 5 is other format.
So we just will write p2 time and we'll pass the first parameter as train.date,
Right.
comma, the format. And like when we do any, like let's say we are doing store.info, so data type I'm getting integer type, float type, and object. So it will only get int and float. Apart from that, every data type it will take as an object only. Like if the let's say the column has got string values, it will still give the information as object only. Data type is object.
What didn't get you?
For example, you just do store.info or whatever, train.info. In train.info, for all the columns, it is also giving the data type, right? INC64 or float64 or object. It won't give string anywhere.
No, it is. String is not a data type here actually. The type information it's always object. Anything that comes in string it will always.
So by default, only int and float will be given. Apart from that, everything will be
On an object. Then you are changing it explicitly to time. Then it becomes a time object. That's what it is. So here, just one more example I will show. These are your dates. Okay, so you can see here this is the timestamp information. So you basically where is it present? Oh, sorry. PD.timestamp. I was doing date time timestamp. Right, you can see here it is getting this, and if you do greater than, you can see here all the data which is greater than this will maybe I'll make it. Achha, haan, this was the last stage. You can see here true coming into picture. Now you can actually do the check based on time. Right, you can do the check based on time.
This is checking all the rows.
All the rows actually. If you want selectively to that information, see half of them will be true, half of them will be false. Got it, right? Okay. So just the data type should be timestamp, so it didn't pass something like this. You can have to only do like this. Right? So if you train it will show you for that, right? You okay, you basically want all the data for July, right? This will be for July. See all July, entire July, it will come like this. Got it, right?
This whole thing, condition, you can create a one column also. And then assign. It's showing error that you cannot type timestamp with str. I will do this.
You would have missed this line. You would have missed this line actually. When you're loading the file, and I gave parse state is equal. When I was loading the file, I gave this parse state is equal to date.
Okay.
That is what was converting string thing to date time. That so that this operation can happen. Got it, right? This was
So
like
string like all the values in the row are converted to date format.
right.
converting to other data types also we have, like this is for date conversion.
Right.
Date format. We want to convert to string. Then for that also we have.
For example, this is typically for dates. Say you have images, then you have a separate library for that. That is not part of pandas. Okay, so the image cropping, the image resizing, changing the color scale of the image. That's a completely different library. Okay, the text you have, we learn that how to deal with text encoding and all that. Okay, got a sense of pandas, right? Yeah, so I'll give you some reading assignment. Tomorrow we'll start with statistics. Oh, by the way, tomorrow class will be scheduled little early in the morning, 10 o'clock. Just for tomorrow. Is that fine with everybody? It is at 10:30. That will be changed because tomorrow evening I will not be available. So if it is Python classes available, I'll tell you. Okay. Anybody else is there in Python? Right? Yeah, guys, I'll anyway drop a mail to the group. So tomorrow we'll be starting at 10. Okay, so what you do is today, anyway, whatever time you get, I think you got a deal around pandas now. Okay, as I was saying, of course, not everything is all, but if you basically understand whatever things we did, you can actually solve any problem. Okay, you might need a few gritty things here and there as the situation comes, but you are in a state where you can pick up a problem, solve a problem, take down data from somewhere, try to do this thing, that thing. You should start making sense. Now, okay. Yeah, tomorrow 10 a.m. Just for tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow try reading, try coming to reading this thing, onlinestatsbook.com/. Okay, so this has some content like, this is a good thing to start with. What is statistics, descriptive. Just read a little bit if you have some time to spare. It won't need a lot of attention. You can do that when you're doing other stuff also. Okay, and discuss all these things.
Online start group.
Okay, just get started with that. So with statistics, we'll discuss about matplotlib visualizations, all those things we'll learn, and we'll apply pandas to do some statistics in Python. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow. Have a nice time. Try revising all these concepts.
It's online stat book.